So let's start. By the time we hope that more participants walk in before we actually kick off with the agenda for the day. So this is part of our educational series of webinars we conduct almost a week, once a week on various topics. And I represent Atna Technologies. My name is Gopal. So see, Atna Technologies has been in the business for 16 years now, headquartered at Coimbatore, but we have offices in Bangalore, Hyderabad. We have an office in US, and now we are spreading across the wings into Middle East, Canada, and Australia as well. So we're doing a lot of implementations around the enterprise solution space for a very long time. And then in the last 3 years, we've also do a lot of work on the digital transformation space. Predominantly, we've been a Microsoft shop, though no longer. Last couple of years, we've also branched off into other technologies, but still today, we are a gold certified partner with Microsoft on-premise and on the cloud. We are a gold certified partner on the cloud as well, offering you various services on the cloud. But on the enterprise solution space, we are a learning organization taking a consultative approach to implement enterprise solutions. And that's the way we've been one of the premier partners of Microsoft in India and abroad. So various cases of turnaround implementations where customers have not got the ROI for their investments. We've gone around and turned around their implementations. So that's been our sweet spot. But last 3 years, we've been very focused and giving. We are one of the premier partners for Microsoft in the digital transformation space, specifically with the Microsoft Power Platform of Power BI, Power Apps, and Power Automate. So many of our customers are in the automation space. As you know, the industry is moving towards automation, analytics, and bringing IT very close to the end user. Right? That's been the that's where the industry is moving, and that's where Microsoft takes its technologies also, making its products very, very close to the end user, which means you may not be as dependent as you were with an IT team in your organization for a report or for any of the changes you want to make. You could possibly do it yourself. Being a functional consultant, you'll be able to do many of these changes on the fly. So that's where technology is moving forward, and that's where Microsoft technologies also are tightly integrated with the Microsoft Office products. So you could launch a Microsoft Business Central ERP within a Microsoft Teams itself. Very tightly integrated. You could get your reports into Excel. You could get virtually every screen you could export into Excel or import into the into the relevant functionalities because of the technology integration which Microsoft has brought to the user community in the last couple of years. As you know, very highly rated in the Gartner quadrant in terms of ease of use and being people friendly. Similarly, on the digital transformation space also, you will find a lot of things can be done by the end user, bringing unseen possibilities at least a decade ago. Today, it's just at the fingertips of a functional user at a business end to get into a Power BI or a Power Apps, which is a low code, no code application, or a Power Automate, which could automate simple, repetitive business processes in your organizations. It could be your payment process. It could be your shop floor. Some of these mundane processes which keep recurring on a shop floor, which consumes a lot of time and effort, which can be automated without any errors. So these are areas and opportunities which were earlier used by large organizations, but today we are seeing a huge push in these areas for small and medium businesses also to absorb these technologies, which brings in and ushers in a wave of efficiency and effective utilization of the enterprise solutions, right? So this is what we do. We do in day out. As I said, there are 2 ERP products and 1 CRM out of the Microsoft stack, which is Microsoft Business Central and Microsoft F&O, Finance and Operations. That is for the large segments. And then you have the dynamic CRM, D365 CRM, and then you have the products on the analytics and automation space. So this is what you will see today. One segment of what we have done for the financial data using Power BI. You may use any transaction system, not necessarily a Dynamics. You could use any transaction system to view your financial data on Power BI. As an organization, we keep this training and education as a very, very close to our heart. So we keep coming with webinars. We encourage you to give your feedbacks and topics you would want to look at in future as well. And we'll keep coming to the audience with regularity of at least once a week of webinars. That's what we've been doing for both international and domestic audience. Thank you all for your valuable time in joining us for this webinar and hope you have a great day. You can always note down your questions in the chat box so that people can answer this at the tail end of the session. And of course, we will be willing to take a one-on-one session for any one of you who would want to know more about the product or more about the services we have. We offer you a variety of services, starting from cloud services, migration services, implementation, licenses, and even IT roadmaps. We are do product agnostic consulting across products. So these are some services which you could always look at when at some point you have any queries on this. You could always get back to us. Put a chat on the chat box, and we will be happy to touch base with you. The speaker of today will be Venkat Manoj, my colleague, who has got vast experience in the finance domain, worked for a couple of MNCs, and he's worked on the Business Central as well as on the Power BI. He's been a leader in this space. Over to Venkat Manoj without much ado. Thank you all very much once again for joining this webinar.
Thank you. Thank you, Gopal. Thanks for the lovely introduction. Okay, before going into the webinar, we have a couple of announcements. So please mute yourself, and any questions as of now, please put it in the chat box. We will come back to you once the webinar, the presentation is complete, followed by the demo. So the agenda for today is like how to visualize financial data is using Power BI. So in this, we have 2-3 agendas. So we are going to see a group consolidation scenario, from how to drill down from a visual to basic invoice level, and how can we prepare an audit deck out of BI, and a short demo will also be presented, followed by Q&A. This webinar is completely about visualizing financial data from chart of accounts to reporting through Atna Power BI solution with its latest features. Okay. Basically, this solution provides an interactive means of communicating and evaluating the financial performance of your company. It enables informed decision making to boost your financial health, also to meet your financial objectives. Basically, the solution saves our time and avoids like manual work to the maximum extent. So as a finance professional, myself and Srinivas, I'll introduce Srinivas to you as well. So Srinivas will be going to present this demo for us after following the presentation. As a finance professional, myself and Srinivas understood the pain points on consolidation and collecting data from different teams and different sources, and it literally takes a lot of time. There are high chances of missing controls and validations. Month closing procedures to finance professionals are always pressure mounting days. We thought of these details, and we arrived at a solution, and we thought of presenting the solution in front of all, and that will be represented in a form of a demo, a real-time demonstration followed by this presentation. Why to visualize financial data reports through Power BI? Consolidation of various financial reports in a single place from different ERPs or systems for easy decision making. This will be the first point if I say. Once the reports are finalized, it's one-time implementation effort to build report framework. Thereafter, only data refresh alone is required. Either it's GST report, aging report, or audit report can be downloaded in a single shot. Once data refresh is happening, then there is no manual intervention required to update the latest data every time via Excels. So we can rely on more accuracy in our data. We can reduce month closing timelines by automating repetitive tasks performed during every month close. Get your month reports well ahead of fixed timelines. We don't need to wait. So accounts payable closing should be on this particular date. So when the reports are ready, when the entries are done, the reports are real time. No need to wait for the numbers from other systems like colleagues. We need to wait for the entire day. Like, have you done this? Well, when the user performs the entry, the data are automatically refreshed. We have combined a before and after scenario, like how we prepare reports before like Power BI implementation. So, but how we do after that. So we have collated some data. So we have taken some pain points as discussed earlier in the financial reporting and arrived at solution to overcome the hurdles of traditional methods. Usually, we have data spread across various departments, systems with their own unique formats and structures, and and difficult to combine all the data in a single source. Uh, Here, with the help of integration features in BI, this can be easily sorted. Combining data from different teams, as we already said, it's they each team will be working on a different turnaround time, right? So but when we update it on a real time basis, so the dependency is really getting reduced, and the reports are updated at whatever specific intervals we want. So during presentation, we have to switch to multiple reports to validate the breakup and details in case of any clarifications. But with BI support, we can travel to last level of data. So now we'll see the interesting features with a small visual glimpse as well. When it comes to data representation, easily switch between table and visual layout in a single select. When we work as a team, and people will have different perception in viewing and analyzing the data, right? So users can toggle between their preferred representation and analyze data to the fullest extent. Smart AI Assistant will always be an interactive visual to show performance indicators to our top management in a unique style. It is very much interactive. You can able to see this in the GIF image, right? Real-time data refresh. When we have multiple ERPs or we need to collate data from different departments and teams in a form of a report, right? But with real-time data refresh feature, we can schedule automatic refresh to avoid user interaction. So when we see the presentation, at what interval, if we just refresh the data now, and it is getting refreshed on what the time we refresh. The same will be explained in detail in the real-time demonstration followed by this presentation as well. So we'll have a detailed view of this. Puts the power of sophisticated data analytics for advanced forecasting, budgeting, and planning directly into the hands of financial analysts. No need to prepare out of Excels all the time. It's a single stop solution for finance metrics data. Don't need to prepare on a daily basis. Just it's a one-time activity. Once the reports are designed, that's it. Like switching between different years, toggle between multiple currencies when your business spread across different countries in a single click will be possible out of the BI solution. We already seen this, so we have discussed it. So we can reach the last level of data on a particular groups, whether expense or income, and the transaction affecting the values as well. So this can be possible out of BI. Many of us, for it will be interesting really. So we can form an exhaustive audit deck with the help of BI solutioning. So either GSTR reporting to P&L summary for audit, and any specific structured statutory report, we are always dependent on Excel these days. With specific prefixed reporting requirements, we can create templates and set automatic refresh. Finance team can directly take printout and submit once the entries are updated in the base systems. how we stand out in Power BI as a solution to a finance model. So give us your chart of accounts and its underlying data in any format. We can able to build the solution within a week's time. Also, this BI strong backend data support with security as the financials of companies are very sensitive. Also, it is easy to implement and use, supports to see financials in your mobile device when the decision makers are on a priority travel. Fully customizable reports is possible out of BI, and the dashboards can be customized according to our own specific requirements, and getting connection to third party and custom applications as well is possible out of BI. So I think now it's over to our colleague Srinivas. He will take us through the real-time BI demonstration of the finance model that we have built. You can unmute and speak, Srini. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you, Venkat, for the introduction. So, hello team. This is Srinivasa Kumar, part of Power BI team in Atno Technologies. So, let me demonstrate you the features which Venkat Manoj has explained you so far. So, can you please give a thumbs up if I'm audible and my screen is visible? So basically, this particular finance dashboard which we have built is based on the chart of accounts, right? So this screen will not be a new thing to the people who are into the finance. So given the chart of accounts with the categories, subcategories, and account names manually in the traditional methods, we have to basically frame that particular data into a visual format, right? So what we have did is like we have integrated this particular Excel into the finance dashboard using Power BI. Like this, we can integrate any type of chart of accounts or any ERP systems for that matter. And when any new transaction comes with a new account heads, as an one-time activity, we need to update this particular Excel, and with a one-time data refresh, the data can be represented into a visual format with all the exhaustive data which finance team will require. So let me show you like how it is done. And I have uploaded this particular Excel file into the common shared drive. And let us see how it looks like in the visual format. So data which we have uploaded here has been transformed into such a beautiful finance dashboard, right? So with all the data which people want, be it the overall income and expenditure of the company. So we can also change this particular currencies to whom we are representing data based on which location the stakeholders is staying. And also we can switch between the financial years, as you can see in this, and based on the quarter or the month, everything will be possible in one single screen. And as you see on the left side, when we click on the particular data, you can see that the smart assistant is interacting with the people with the data based on the selection. So this is about the overall finance dashboard, and let me now take you through the profit and loss statement. So this is what normally any manager or any finance stakeholder will look for, right? The statement of profit and loss of the company. So normally what we'll do, we will combine all the data together and we'll need 1 or 2 months time, right? Based on the data from the all the teams like payables or receivables or any team for that matter. So we'll have to manually collate the data in the traditional method. But with this particular data refresh or the one-time activity, we'll be seeing all the statement of profit and loss with all the relevant data in a single screen or with a single click. So we don't need to depend on any people or any teams in the organization. Whenever they are updating their ERP systems or updating that Excel for that matter, we will get the statement of profit and loss updated in a single refresh. So what we need to do is we need to export it to a PDF and to send it over to the chart accountants or the board for presentation. So likewise, we can also do this in an Excel and send it over for the GST filing purposes and other GST filings for that matter. So next comes the financial year comparison. So where we can see the multiple financial year comparison in a single place with the difference variance percentage over here. In that also we can able to filter out the different financial years based on the actuals or in the lakhs or millions and thousands for that matter. In that we have the basic chart of accounts, right? Uh, like Venkat Manoj explained in earlier slides, we can drill down through till the last level of data. So let me explain you an interesting scenario here. Normally what we will do, like we'll have to collect all the data, and with that collected data, whenever we are searching for one particular invoice or one particular line item level, for example, if we have to receive any rent from any of the our tenants, right? So if it is happening on the day before the audit sign off or the presentation to the board, the data will not be get represented in a traditional method where we have to reach the particular team for that matter, and they will take their own turnaround time for that. So with all this pain points will be eliminated here, and we can actually see till the last level of data. So as you can see, the all the line items or invoices which is affecting the particular GL account will be taken in a single click. We normally we'll be searching through our Excel files or the supporting documents or the annexes, which account is reflecting or which account is not performing well, and which is causing the item to be in the red here. So those pain points will be eliminated, and we'll move on to the next one. So this particular dashboard will show you the group consolidation feature, and where we have all the revenues, expenses, depreciation, all the things in a single place. Whenever the company has a many locations, we can just select which location we want, and we can see here. And over the right, what you are seeing is a smart narrative tool. So whenever we are changing the data, we can get the smart narrative tool updated. So there will not be a need for a person to explain to the management what this data means. So this will get automatically refreshed. So this will save some more time for the manager to understand. It's a self-help tool. Whenever they are using this, they can easily understand what is happening in these accounts, or the top three clients, who are the bottom three clients, and what are the top five expenses, etc. So this is the chart format, right? So when people want to see this in a tabular format, we'll do in just a click. So when I'm clicking, the particular data is changed to a traditional tabular format. And when the company has many group companies or many locations, normally what we will do, we will have to contact the branch and we'll have to get all those data. The team will be available in their own working hours. So normally it will take some time, right? So in this, when the ERP systems are connected or when the Excel is getting updated, this is possible very easily, and we can get all the company's data, company's financial data in a single click. So when we can see here, for example, we are taking here is Acna Technologies. This is having company 2, 3, 4, 5, which is having many locations. Normally will have to look for the different sheets or different reports or the different ERP systems. But with this, we can able to easily get all the data, company's financial data in a single click. So when I click this hierarchy, you can see the screen is moving according to which company I want to see. So if we want to see only the overall performance, we can drill back to this. And also the row level drill down is also possible. As I explained earlier, we can reach till the last level of data. So next is a summary of one particular chart of accounts which we have taken. We have taken this current asset and employee cost comparison. Likewise, we can take any particular chart of accounts, be it sundry debtors or creditors or liabilities. We can see it in a single dashboard. So when we are changing this, you can see this, the sales or expenses, which is getting changed. And next we'll move on to another chart of accounts where we have taken data. So this particular aging bucket will not be a new to the finance guy, right? So we'll normally put for the aged receivables or aged payables metrics, we'll do the 0 to 30 day metrics, 31 to 45 or over the 90 days. So normally what we'll do, we'll catch up all those guys who are more than 45 days, right? Or 90 days for that matter. We can do it in just a click. So when I click, I can see this account 26 is pending for this much amount. And overall in staying in the 91 to 20 days bucket. Likewise, we can see it has a single place. So we'll not be having many dashboards or many particular pivot tables like that. We can see all of them in a single place. So next one is the classic comparison table, which will be used in the finance thing. What budget we have planned and what is the actuals performed. We can change the currencies as explained earlier, and we can change the year as well. So this is just a sample. Based on this, the organization can make any of the budget or the actual variance depend upon their requirements. So everything can be seen in a single place. Or what is the revenue or expenditure, which account is performing well or not performing well, can be easily identified based on the color textures. They can customize in any format they want. So all these things will be possible in just a click or just a minute away. So even before your financial sign off, if any account comes up, we can easily get all those financials updated in a single place. That's the feature which we have actually built this in a tool. And as finance persons, we can actually solve many hurdles in a single place. So we don't want to wait for the numbers from people. We don't want to consolidate everything, or this is a single stop place where the finance dashboard is resolving. So that's all I have for the day. So thank you for patiently listening to me for all this time, and over to you, Venkat, for the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you, Srinivas, for the lovely demonstration. So thank you all for patiently listening to us. Hope you enjoyed the demo. Now it's open for Q&A. So any specific Q&A, please feel free to unmute yourself and speak out in the forum, or you are, yeah, like you can mention it in the chat box as well. We'll read and we'll answer to the maximum extent possible. So first, general fact we have taken, can we connect this product with any ERP or data source? Yes, obviously possible. So we can connect with any ERP, any data source. We have custom connectors with us. It is possible. Will the product connect to multiple sources? Yes, if you have 2 or more ERPs and data is in some other Excel source or data is in some other database, yes. All the modes you can collate and combine it in a single place and view the visualizations out of it. Can we integrate this product with SAP? Yeah, this is also possible. Definitely, we can connect this product to any other ERPs, not only SAP. I'm just reading out the questions in a randomly. So, meanwhile, if people are having any questions, please feel free to reach us. What is the approximate go live period of this product? It basically depends on your data and the data structure and the data size. Maybe we can connect, identify the data size, then we can tell the actual period. But generally, as we said, so when we have chart of accounts and the reports consolidated or the underlying reports, if you give us, maybe we can go live within a week's time for the solutions that we have designed.
So we do also conduct a dashboard in a day sessions. So those of you who are keen to understand, get your hands dirty on the tool and get to know more about it, you're welcome for a dashboard in a day. At the end of the day, you can go walk with your own built dashboard. Even that is possible for those select users who are keen. Please feel free to contact us. With your own data, you could see the power of how could you slice, dice and consume data in a better form than what you do right now.
Also, next, maybe we are planning to do, Mr. Tirumurthy. Yeah.
So I have one question. So I have joined in the middle. Thanks for the reference. Then. So my question is right. So we have a lot of analytics tools available in our marketplace, right? So for an example, Tableau and many other tools, right? So any specific reason we have to go with the Power BI? So instead of a Tableau, any pros and cons you can share?
Okay, I can answer this way. So Power BI is integrated to Microsoft. It's part of a Microsoft product. Okay, so basically we use all the Microsoft features like Outlook, Teams. Uh, Nowadays, like a lot of even the entire Power Platform is coming up. So Power BI is part of Power Platform. So and the ERPs are also like evolving ERPs is coming out of Microsoft. So if we select Power BI, so we can use a lot of features. You can approve via Teams. You can send different details via email instead of depending upon third-party apps. So in this way, I can tell Power BI will be uh, like comparing to others. There is no comparison. Power BI is already in the top in the Gartner quadrant when it comes to analytics. So, uh, but in this way, Power BI will be definitely better than other products. You have a SaaS version. You have a mobile version. You can customize something specifically for mobile also. Every day they are coming with a new update. It'll be really interesting if we go with Power BI.
Okay. So maybe I have another question as well. The reports, right? So we can able to refresh the data using the scheduled refresh. So we can do it automatically. So those kind of things it's possible. Is there a way to send an email report? So maybe this scheduled report.
Yeah. In Power BI itself, you have an option to send email of whatever. You can send email at specific time intervals as well.
Okay.
Maybe we can show it to you if you want to see. We can not as of now. It's not possible, but we can show it to you separately if you want to see the particular feature. It is available inbuilt in Power BI SaaS model itself.
Okay, great. Thanks, Venkat.
Yes, Manoj, is it audible now?
Yes.
Yes. Thanks, Manoj. Thanks for the wonderful session. Manoj, actually, I have 2 to 3 set of questions for this Power BI tool. I just want to understand if something goes wrong in inputting the data, will Power BI be able to prompt that there is some issue with the data? And what is the size limit of DB that can be accommodated in Power BI? And since I am from accounting background, I would like to understand more on how this Power BI will be helpful for month close during hectic jobs like a flux analysis, which needs to be performed in a quarterly basis or within a short span. So how that will be helpful by using this Power BI Manoj? Can you just take me through with
Yeah.
that?
Definitely, Fadil. Okay, I'll first take your question. The first question that I'll try to answer. So first, we can avoid errors because we can write tags and we can eliminate what are all the possible flows that always, for example, in case of a month close, we are getting this error every time and you can able to sense that error. Maybe we can write some coding to avoid the data that if this is the scenario and this needs to be checked, that can be possible out of Power BI. You can program it while building dashboards. Okay, so that is possible so that we can eradicate any errors that is happening while connecting the data. The DB
Okay.
size and all will be Power BI supports to the maximum extent, but to answer exact specifically, we need to understand your requirements. We have basic questionnaire. We have to understand the details. Then we can give a specific solution or answer according to that.
Okay.
Third
Uh,
question, I just
yes,
want
yes, Manoj. Yeah.
a third question. Like I just want heads up for the third question so that I can help you out.
Okay.
Database,
Uh,
month
yeah, Manoj.
closing procedure, right? So
Yes,
month
yes.
closing
Month
procedure.
close
Okay.
hectic activities. Yes.
Correct. So basically, we are dependent on multiple teams, right? So we have when it comes to a big organization, or even though in terms of a small organization, uh, big organizations will be team specific dependent peoples, right? We have to depend data from different teams. We have to consolidate. But when the raw data is being put it in one place, that is the entry part, okay? Or you're connecting the entries part to the actual reporting structure. We can design a reporting structure and we can design a hierarchy also. So once that has been designed, then you can automatically schedule just base data updation is alone required. Then that can be converted in form of reports, any customizable reports, whatever you can do it in Excel that can be presented better than Excel. out of PowerBI, and that there will not be any manual intervention once this is been implemented. So it's a one-time effort, if I say.
Okay.
Even in terms of small organizations also, one people will be like specific 2-3 people will be working on it. They have to put entries. If one person have to do the entire stuff, but when we formulate and present it in the form of reports, like one-time basic reports, then we form a hierarchy. There is no need to update the same data every time. And difficult to with Excel, it is difficult to compare 2-3 years or even 1 year in terms of month in drilling down latest level, the entry transaction level, everything can be part of this. Also, we have trained now whatever we have shown is most of a P&L kind of scenarios. P&L is the heart of any organization, right? So next in our next webinar series, we are planning to cover cash flows, then balance sheet part, ratio analysis. So maybe we'll soon come back to the team with an update in the part of interesting learning webinar series. That will be possible.
Yeah, I just have hi. The session was wonderful. I have a question. Why are you saying that and I normally EIP cannot give this feature? Can you say what is the reason? That is your fourth question
Okay,
in your
okay.
general FAQ.
Okay.
Normal ERP also we are able to get like all cash flow, ratio analysis, and funds flow and other things. So
Correct.
how does it BA is going to make a difference on this?
Okay. Maybe we can take it in this way. So ERP, every ERP is capable of producing reports, but the reporting requirements nowadays, we have different departments like GST. We have to produce reports to MCA. We have to produce it to different government departments. And when there is a GST audit, we need some other reports. We need some other reporting deck. Everything cannot be customizable part of ERP. In terms of small organizations, we can collate, but we'll not get the real actual flavor through ERP. But in terms of Power BI, we can get the actual flavor. Like what is the format X, Y, Z can be customized. But in terms of an ERP, it is a bit difficult task. But in terms of Power BI, it's very useful. But when an organization having 2 to 3 ERPs or one CRM, one ERP, it is difficult to get the data underlying. Anyway, we have to consolidate it through Excel or we have to build a custom solution for it. But with the help of BI, I think it is in that way, BI is completely different from an ERP. It's more of a reporting tool. Also, it's more of an analytical tool.
Yeah, and to add to what Venkat says, it's actually the ERP is very close to the IT department. You need a technical person invariably to churn out the report for you. Okay, and you'll have invariably, if you want one screen, what was shown here, it will be around minimum 5 reports in an ERP. You will get it in just one shot, one click of a button. You can play with the data around on a BI tool. Whereas in an ERP, you may have to go to the same information. You may have to go to 5 different reports, and for which you may have a lead time to get these reports from a technical department. Hence, it's more close to IT. Whereas the BI tools are very close to the end user. Whatever data, what you was shown to you, if you want to see it in a different way, you yourself can do it. You don't need an IT person for them to come and do, and hence the lead time to view a data in the way you want it will be very, very short in a BI tool than in an ERP.
Thanks for the explanation. Do you mean
Does that
here?
answer you, Mr.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, Mr.
Yeah, see, do you mean that the build efforts between ERP and the BI tool will be different, or is that just like for example, you are saying that a GST report needs to be prepared, is to be customized maybe, but the build efforts, whether it is BI or ERP, I think it's one and the same. Will there be any difference? Just want to understand.
Yeah, there will be a difference. For example, when you want to upload a file, yeah, effort part or the reporting part itself, like the file that we are getting out of an ERP and BI.
I'm asking about effort or a build. See, whatever maybe the data is available, but to get a report, GST report, say, or any tax report, we need to build something. Okay, in that way, whether ERP or BA, is it one and the same? That's what I mean. Is it not one and the same?
It's
the
not
build
one and
effort
the
should
same.
be.
Build efforts it's not one and the same. ERP, if you want any specific reports out of ERP, that can be built out of ERP. But what you can get it out of Power BI that we are telling is, for example, in GST, like you want to upload a specific file to the GST portal, you have to prepare 10 different sheets, B2B, B2C, all the things you have to upload it to GST portal. So when you can customize to a maximum extent in ERP, but if you want to upload a file directly, okay, without doing anything, even if you want to cross check something, you can write something on BI and you can get the data and you don't need to verify anything. You can just upload it. So that is the maximum customizable extent that can be possible out of BI we are referring to. So that it can be a better reporting deck we are portraying it here.
Okay, understand. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And similarly, there can be one modeling activity, one-time modeling activity you do. And once you have the data model ready, then your incremental reports, I will say, will be 1/3 of what you do it in an ERP or even lesser. So if in one day here, once you have the data model ready. So incremental reports and that too, it will be very close to the user. So the user friendliness, the user's ability to not to depend on IT to give them those reports, those are very greatly enhanced, which improves the productivity within an enterprise. And that's the reason why organizations go for a BI on top of an ERP.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks for the lovely question.
Yeah, Mangat, I have another question. So,
yeah.
I go.
Yeah. Please.
Go ahead.
So, how complex to think on the DEX and the expressions and all? So, doing the data modeling, right? So, the M and DEX languages are there, right? So, I hope you have built a lot of reports. So, I just want to know how complex it is.
There are a lot of ranges into tax. So I think but if you are representing finance, maybe you can write simple DAX and get details out of it. But layer every day will be a learning when it comes to DAX, and we can write complex DAX, we can write simple DAX. Based on the scenario, it is completely dependent. Yeah.
So, it's based on our requirement,
Yeah,
right?
requirement, exactly.
Oh, great.
So thank you all for attending this session. Feel free to ask us any questions you may have. Even later on, you could ping to the team. You'll get a response from us. And in case any one of you want a dashboard in a day, which is nothing but bring your own data and walk out with a dashboard at the end of the day. So we do conduct such sessions where you can bring your own data, see how a dashboard can be built, and so simple it is. So many of these questions as how it is easy from an ERP to do, you will find it difficult to do it yourself on a ERP. You can walk in with your data and walk out with a dashboard built by you. So that's something which we could organize for those people who are keen, interested to look at and dirty your hands on technology. All it requires is a technology bent of mind, and all of you are functional users anyway. So you'll appreciate the power of technology at your works and at your fingertip. So avail this opportunity to do this, and I'm sure you'll relish the session. Thank you all for taking time out and coming and spending time with us. As I said, we are just a call away or just a mail away, so just feel free. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much.